Welcome to the Real
Welcome.
Two Tunes podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say when we messed up before, episode 203, and you'd think in all that time we would have figured out how to do this
If I start on beat 2, it goes for 2 measures. Because it has to, like, I don't know what it does.
Yeah. It's like we're using these rehearsal tracks right now for Beauty and the Beast rehearsal.
Yeah.
And
Are they from rehearsal tracks?
No. Or if they are, we have like the paid version, so you don't have to have the one that says that.
Rehearsal tracks.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like a DJ. It's like Mike Wilmer.
Oh my God.
Rehearsal tracks.
When on my way here, I went to Turkey Hill and I got some sodas. But when I got out of my car, it was like, we the best music. It was just like, I'm like, really?
Amazing.
You listen to some DJ Khaled.
Yeah. But anyway, what I was going to say about those is when they have a vamp,
Yeah.
you have to like trigger the vamp like to go out of it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like you think you did it right.
You didn't do it.
And
right.
you didn't do it right. It'll go another time.
Yeah.
Or you think you're going to cue the actor. Yep, this is the time.
Yeah.
And then it's not. Or you think it's going to vamp again and then it doesn't. And it's like never.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always tricky. But no, I experienced the one that goes rehearsal tracks for the first time a few weeks ago.
Wait, what?
What?
You've only experienced rehearsal tracks once?
No, the one that says rehearsal tracks over top of it.
But like you've used rehearsal tracks before that
A whole
said
bunch. No. I'm saying in all the times that I've been around shows that have used rehearsal tracks,
that. Yeah.
I have not heard the one that says, like literally
Until
says
last
over
week.
top of it.
Okay.
Not a few weeks ago. It was with Into the Woods.
Oh, interesting.
Because they had like a dedicated accompanist pretty much every rehearsal.
Yeah.
Except for on Tuesdays because she has another rehearsal. And so they didn't pay for like the full version.
Yeah, because they had the accompanist.
Because they had the accompanist. So they had the one that's like rehearsal tracks. And it also, you couldn't control vamps or anything. It just would go
Yeah.
an indistinct amount of times or whatever. So, but that was the first time I had experienced that because everywhere else, which again, it makes sense. Don't spend an extra few $100,
Yeah.
you know.
Remind me to tell you about this off air.
Okay.
SpongeBob
SpongeBob.
rehearsal tracks.
Word.
Anyways, so
And
we're
I was,
here.
well,
yeah.
I was going to say, I was telling you off air that I had seen, man, my shirt is noisy. It is. It's like
Yeah.
polyester, whatever.
We're going compression in.
Nice. I saw You're in Town, the musical, on Friday night at Arcadia University. One of my former students was in it, and she was fabulous. The whole thing was really great, but she was really, really great. So she's one of those kids. So her class, like when they came in as freshmen, were like getting leads in our musical already because they were just
That good.
stellar that early. And was like a bunch of them in that class as well. And they all just the whole way up just kept getting, would have all the leads and all the stuff and stuff. And she was like, as far as the girls, there was like, again, a bunch of girls. And she was always kind of like the odd man out in a way. Just, everybody else was just a touch better than her, just a touch more right for that role or whatever. So it's cool to see her outside of that environment and getting a chance to kind of be the star that like she kind of always was. Like it's one of those things of like, man, if you went somewhere else or if you were just in a different year, you would be the lead all the time. And not that she, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not saying she wasn't. She had very good really lead roles and stuff, but it's just cool to see her out and like doing her thing and stuff. So she's majoring in theater in some capacity. I don't know what the degree is, but it was cool. Have you been to Arcadia?
No.
It's like outside Philly. It used to be Beaver College.
No.
Then they changed their name in 2001 because they were like,
But weren't they? Well, where is Beaver County?
well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Beaver County is the opposite side of the state.
Yeah.
Because that's why I was thinking it was out like towards Pittsburgh or whatever. And then it's like, no, it's outside. Somebody was like, no, it's outside of Philly. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't be blamed for thinking that because I just assumed it was in Beaver County.
Yes.
There's some other stuff like that too. Oh shoot. A friend of mine lives in, oh crap, I can't remember what the town is, but he lives in a town in PA.
I live in a town.
No, but
in
it's,
PA.
Yeah. But it's got like a distinct
You're so
name
annoyed
because
by
it's
that.
the same name as a county. And you would just assume that it's in that county.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a specific, I wish I could remember what it is.
It's like if you lived in Dauphin, but Dauphin,
But Dauphin was in like Perry County or something. Yeah. Yeah, that it's basically that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what the name of the town is that he lives in, but yeah.
Understood.
I went to see Sammy Ray
Yeah.
last weekend.
Yeah.
It was dope.
And while you were there, I was at Say Anything concert.
Yeah, how was that?
I only know one Say Anything song.
The something of love, something.
It's the weird one that yeah. What is the Say Anything song?
Something alive in the power of love. Is that what it's called? Or something?
No.
Is that the name of their album? Is that anything?
Wow, I Can Get Sexual Too.
Oh, yeah,
is the song.
Yeah, I've heard that on a mix somewhere.
Which is like creepy. I don't know how I felt about it.
Yeah, I would not have gone. Just because I don't really know their stuff, and
well,
the stuff that I do know, I'm like,
yeah.
Alive with the Glory of Love is the song I was thinking about.
Okay. So do you want to hear my story, or do you want to tell your story? Or was your story just, I went to see Sammy Ray and the Friends?
Well, I went to see Sammy Ray and the Friends in New York, Terminal 5. It's a cool venue.
Mm-hmm.
I was exhausted. I wish I was not as tired as I was. Because I really enjoyed it, but I just would have enjoyed myself more if I was not like exhausted, whatever. And then I say this, and then almost immediately after going to that show, then I went to a jazz club at midnight for a show.
Yeah, I saw that picture,
which was cool,
and that seemed really cool. But
yeah,
now that you're saying I was exhausted,
I know.
I'm like, oh my god, and then you went to that.
But it was like, but I'm here, and I'm only here for like less than 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get out of it what I can. You know, so I went to my favorite record store, the Jazz Record Center. I didn't go to Limited to One because I just needed a nap in my hotel room. Because again, I was so tired. And then went to the Sammy Ray show, and they were phenomenal as always. There was a cool moment. So they're from New York, and they played 2 nights at Terminal 5. So I saw the second night.
Cool.
And their one new song is called Thieves, and the music video, they have what they have dubbed the Little Thieves, and it's like these like little kids that are playing the members of the band as kids, and then the band is playing cops, because it's about like, basically when I heard Sammy introduce the song back in February, she was like, song's about like when you're like a little kid and you got like sticky fingers and you just like maybe you steal some candy or you steal whatever, and like it might also be like sticking it to the man, you know, like those kinds of things. And so in the video, it's these like cute little kids and they're all playing like the grown-ups and stuff, and it's cool. But anyway, there's a moment in the song where they're like, somebody call the cops, and like then it goes like a little harder. At the show, they open with this song. They're like, somebody call the kids, and the little kids came out. Like the actual little kids from the thing, like in their little outfits and stuff, and like we're jumping around and dancing and like it was super fun. How
old are these kids? Do you think?
8 to 10 probably.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it was super cute and it was really cool. And then I was like, oh, this is fun because like this is the opener, and now they're all going to go to bed because like it's 9:00.
Yeah.
But then they were there at the end.
Okay.
They came out at the end for like the last song.
It's a Saturday.
So, Saturday night. I was like, they're you know,
they're probably theater kids.
They're all from here. Yeah, probably.
They're like, I've got an acting gig tomorrow.
Yeah. But it was cool, and this was their tour for their album, like their proper album that they have. They've had 2 EPs. They have a live album, and so Sammy had put out this video before they went on the road and was like, hey look, we've got a set list every night. Please don't yell out songs because we're not going to play them. And we feel bad, you know, because like we know you love certain songs and other things, and also this is about our album and like we're celebrating that. And yes, we appreciate everybody who's been along the way, and you're going to hear some of your favorites, but this tour is again about the album and other stuff. And so like just kind of try to be respectful of that. It was cool, and they played every song on the album, and they did do some, you know, some of their big hits. They kind of did like almost like a medley at one point, like of like 3 tunes, and didn't really do like any of them all in full. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, it was fun. And the opener was Patty Gonia. It's a drag performer.
Okay.
She was great. Like really good singer and like good stage presence and stuff, as you would imagine. But the band was cool and the music was kind of cool. It was like kind of disco-y. So it was cool. And so the Say Anything show.
Okay, so I went to see that show. I went. I didn't really want to go.
Yeah.
because I bought the tickets and I'm like, I'm going to go to all these shows. And then like that didn't happen for a while. And I'm like, I don't want to go. But I did go. I missed the opening band who was called Runt.
Okay.
When I did walk in, the band that was playing was called Circus Trees.
Okay.
And they were good. The weird thing about them was they didn't use the house lights.
Okay.
So like it was dark.
I'm gonna make so much noise today
It's okay.
between just
Yeah.
the mic setup and my shirt.
Yeah. Your shirt is pretty loud. So when I walked in, like it was dark in that room.
Okay. This was at HMAC?
HMAC, yeah.
In the upstairs or the
Yeah,
downstairs?
the upstairs.
Okay.
It was packed.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was sold out.
Interesting.
But like
It's so funny because like you and I saw the starting line and like
it wasn't.
it was not.
Yeah.
To me, they're a bigger band than Say Anything. But again, I don't listen to Say Anything. So to everybody else, apparently.
I think it's Say Anything because it was like the 20th year anniversary of that album. And
Yeah.
I don't, if I knew the band better, I
Sure.
would have known, like, did they play the album? I think they may have played the album.
I think that's kind of the thing now is everyone's
yeah.
doing those shows.
We got
the starting line, I saw them do their
Yeah.
Say Like You Mean It tour as well. Yeah.
So that band played, and they were really good. I liked them a lot. They had, but the weird thing was the lighting, because the lights were like they brought their own lighting, and like so it was interesting and weird in the sense that like they did not use the house lighting at all.
Right.
They were good, and they didn't tell us who they were. And then the other band, something Animals, not Animals as Leaders.
Not Glass Animals.
Anyways, Social Animals was the band name. And like when the guy came out, he's like, hey, and he's like talking to the people, and he's like, yeah, we got a thing going. Like I sent you a PDF of our logo. We want to put it up there. And like, oh, we're not doing that tonight. Okay. And then he didn't say, by the way, we're social. Like he didn't introduce himself. I'm like, that's the perfect time. Like tell us who you are. Cause I don't know. I don't know the order of this. And then he eventually does. Good band, interesting band. There were two things that I'm like, you could have done that better. So the lead singer, he was singing, but the other guitar player, who was a really good guitar player, didn't have a microphone. The bass player didn't have a microphone. The drummer didn't have a microphone. It's like, you need backing vocals. You need to thicken this up.
Yeah.
Because like you're good, but it would be amazing if like it was even bigger in like these other parts.
And probably on the album or whatever. Even if it's him doing it.
Yeah. And then he did a song where it was just him singing, but he had like a vocoder, and he's like, oh, this is a weird thing. It's like the vocoder it only works in the key of C and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you don't know how to work the vocoder.
Yeah.
And then as he's singing, it's just like kind of the same harmony.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you don't know how to use the vocoder.
Yeah.
Like it sounds cool, but like you don't know how to use the vocoder.
You just set it on major triads or whatever.
Yeah. You just turned it on and like didn't bother learning how to use it.
That's
I'm like, you could make this so much better with what you're doing. But good band. And he's like, oh, we're going to be hanging out over there. And I'm like, I wanted to be like, yeah, I'd go talk. Well, I wouldn't really because I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I went to talk to him, I'd be like, yeah, you need backing vocals. Like get a keyboard player and have that keyboard player sing your backing vocals because you're missing out. The guitar player, great. Everything that he was doing, your band is tight. It's great. You're missing backing vocals.
Yeah.
And learn how to use that vocoder because you're not using it right at all.
Yeah.
And then Say Anything comes out, and I don't know any song except for that one, which is a weird song in general. And I felt uncomfortable about it. But anyway, so I'm like standing against, so like when you walk in, I'm on the right, all the way against like a fence. Because they had fences, which is weird because like, why don't you just open up? Because they wanted like a space that you can get in and out, I guess, by the bar. So I'm standing, and then like, because it's packed, there's just people. Like, there's a guy in front of me. He's a little bit taller than me, so like I can't see. And I'm like, you were fine like 2 seconds before this. And then there was this girl, and this is most of the night, who was just to the left of me, and it looked like she kept looking over at me. I'm like, what is this? Like, does this girl know me? Like,
Yeah.
what is going on? This is weird. Like the whole night, just kept looking over. And then at the end of the night, she's like, "Are you Secret Service?" And I'm like, "What?" And then I realized, so I have these earplugs that are connected by like a piece of rubber
Okay.
tubing, whatever, and it looks like, you
yeah,
think
like an
this
earpiece.
is?
That's so
it's like,
funny.
no, these are earplugs because I like to hear
Yeah,
after the show.
that's funny. What brand do you use?
Those were Eargasms,
Okay.
which is the stupidest thing.
I hear those are good though.
They are. They're decent. But then she's like, well, you kept doing this, then looking up. And I'm like, nope, I don't think I was doing this.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, red team go.
Yeah.
Sniper-
finger
sniper
to
on
the
the roof.
ear type thing.
Yeah.
But then I realized, I was looking up because where the sound booth is, there's actually like a room behind it.
Okay.
And there's like glass there. And there were just a bunch of kids. And I'm thinking it was the Say Anything
Oh yeah.
lead singer's kids.
You're right. Yeah.
Were there. So it's like, I was, but I didn't be like, by the way. So all those people were like my height. And then like went away, came back for an encore. And those people who were my height left. And then behind them were all these women that were like shorter than me. Like 7 of them.
Yeah.
That were all like the same height, but like shorter than me.
Yeah.
So like 5 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is weird, but like, okay, I can see over top of you now. So, and then they were all like, do you want to go forward? Do you want to go forward? To all the other ones, like, no, I'm fine right here.
Yeah.
Not to me, to the other girls that were all 5'2".
Yeah.
So, it wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't like, oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded good. Remember how when we were there for the other show, what was it?
Starting line. Yeah.
How I was just like, why are they doing stereo?
Sure.
Remember how like that guitar player was like in the other speaker and you couldn't hear like the guitar players
the mix wasn't great. Yeah.
He just the guy, whoever runs the sound there, just runs it in stereo.
Oh.
Which means if you're on the left, you don't hear anything from the right. If you're on the right, you don't hear anything from the left.
Yeah.
Because it's like you run live sound in mono. Unless you have a really good sound system that's going to pinpoint every single person, here's your stereo feed. Yeah. Which HMAC is not doing that.
Right.
So, yeah, good show. Not great, but not bad at all.
Yeah.
I definitely liked Circus Trees a lot.
Have you listened to them since?
I did, and I was going to bring them, but I haven't found the song yet, like the right song.
I've been struggling finding new music lately.
Yeah?
Just because I've been listening a lot to
everything old.
Well, there's that, but like just I've been listening to like a lot of jazz stuff, like related to my classes and like the classes I'm taking and also the classes I teach and just other stuff like that. So I haven't been like digging into new music a lot.
Cool. So we should talk about Two Tunes.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Two Tunes, where we talk about Two Tunes and other musical events that happen in our lives.
Yeah.
I am first.
Okay.
This week is a song that probably just popped up on my feed because that's how I find things. The band is called Great Grandpa.
Yeah.
And the song is called Doom. And this is not the weirdest band, but like a band that reminds you of other bands, but then like also reminds you of another band that doesn't sound like the other band that you just said that they sounded like.
Yeah.
They're from Seattle, Washington. Yes. Okay. They grew up in Seattle, Washington. It looks like from their paragraph bio that's on their website, greatgrandpa.band./home, that maybe they formed in 2020, but like they released an album. They released an album called Four of Arrows, and then they started working on the follow-up, but then like life just got in the way, and like the band kind of broke up, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really say that they broke up, but like each member was called in different directions, some in new countries, new jobs, new life stages. But then like time passes, they miss their friends, they came back, they wrote some new songs, and then they went on tour.
Yeah. Well, it says right now they're on their first tour in 5 years.
There you go. Where are they playing?
Playing in Philly in January,
Maybe.
DC also in January.
That's a Thursday. Brooklyn on a Friday. And then they're off to California.
So Doom is their newest single.
Yes.
Or part of their newest single. 2 songs, October 24th.
Yeah. So here's Doom, which first sounds like...
Oh, they've got stuff going back to like 2016.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it was just like 2020 they were working on the follow-up, and then like they just, it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
So here's Doom.
Soft line fade, this short break of
Which sounds like something that you would have brought. It's like, oh, it's that choir thing. I was like, oh, now we got some strings in there. This isn't a rock song.
Now it's Radiohead.
And now it's Radiohead. I'm like, really? It's like, is this a Radiohead cover? And it's like, it's not. And vocally, yeah.
anxious wind off of the box just said it's not your thing. All my slurring in what he said away from me. Cardboard meal, beautiful face and stocks on a good deal.
I really like this song a lot. And lyrically, like, I need to focus more. It's such...
It's more like poetry than...
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what this is, but it's not Radiohead anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Doom.
Have you gone back and listened to their older stuff?
Some of it. They have an Audio Tree Live.
Oh, cool. I should check that out.
The sea deer sport in the head of the pure green.
I love on that piano, the pitch shifting and the distortion.
Yeah.
Lowered the neck and swing to the floor. All eyes feathered outward. Go back then, it feels like a taste. The big mistake.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear more. Like if it kind of goes in this direction.
Radiohead-ish.
Yeah. Not even Radiohead. It's just like all this. You can just hear all these different influences and things, even if I can't pinpoint what they all are. It's cool. There's part of me that wonders if I listened to their Audio Tree Live, because there was probably a good couple weeks where I was just like listening to a whole bunch of those. Like I just went like on their YouTube channel or their website or whatever and just like pulled up a whole bunch to listen to, because there's a bunch of bands that we like. In fact, I brought the one, I was mostly going by like band names.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm for sure would have at least opened the tab for Great Grandpa, whether I listened or not, I don't remember, but
It's perfect when I leave you down. It's perfect when I leave you down.
Yeah, and then this is like the third, fourth
type of
thing.
Yeah. This part, the vocals remind me of somebody, and I can't place it. I think it's like an old Tooth and Nail band.
Okay.
And I just can't pull it.
Do you hear a banjo in there?
No.
Okay. It's so good and we want more.
Yeah. Glad you're back. So does the old stuff? What does the old stuff sound like?
Oh my god, you're gonna make me look it up.
No. I mean, just you said you listened.
I listened to it once. It's that. I don't think it's because it's a live performance. It's not as like dynamically
Yeah. No, I got you.
different. But it's
Okay.
and it's not as much Radiohead, but more as like the ending of that
Yeah. Okay, that's
kind
cool.
of thing. So
Yeah, I dig it.
Mhm.
We'll listen to more.
Great Grandpa,
Great Grandpa.
interesting name.
I'm tired of this, Great Grandpa.
Is it Great Grandpa?
No,
Great-
it's not. But
Yeah.
word, my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right, Ben Quad.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm like, didn't we talk? I mean, I've probably
We
thought,
said last time we were together that we both have been listening to Ben Quad,
yes.
and then I brought them to the podcast. What did you listen to? You listened to their new EP,
Probably.
Ephemera, which is different than what I'm bringing. I guess Ephemera is just like their new sound. I don't know. We'll listen to the song that I brought, and then if you could pull up like a song from their new EP just to kind of hear the difference, because it's a lot. So this is the opening track. It's called Blood for the Blood God. It's off of their only album, I'm Scared That's All There Is, which was from 2022. And I'm just making sure it's like all the same people. I think it is. I think they just kind of like pushed in a new direction. They're now on Wax Bodega. Or no, sorry, they're on Pure Noise. They were on Wax Bodega, but now they're on Pure Noise. And then, like I said, in not that long ago, when was it? October 25th, 2024. So just a couple weeks ago, as we record this, almost a month ago now, I guess. They dropped this EP called Ephemera. But this is what I first listened to was this this album. So I want to give it a play. By the way, their bio says... Wait, where is it? Emo band, and also butt rock band.
Yeah.
From Oklahoma. I had trouble picking a song off of this because I like all of it. And some of them are like a little different and different things, but I felt like this one, again, it's the first track and it kind of gives you a sense of like what they're about.
This could be a bluegrass song.
Yeah. By the way, they have a sticker on their website. Taking the mid out of Midwest emo is the slogan. Do you know where their name comes from?
No.
Ben Quadaneros,
Yeah.
Star Wars character.
Of course, every character has a name. Not just like Stormtrooper 5.
He was a Tuong pod racer pilot who had very little actual racing experience when they participated in the Bunta Eve Classic that saw the liberation of the slave boy Anakin Skywalker. Piloting a B-2 310 quadrupod racer, Quadaneros never left the starting grid due to his pod stalling. It's this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was.
And apparently, like their first releases are under the name Ben Quadaneros, and then they
Nice.
just went Ben Quad.
Because nobody could say the name.
Probably. Also, maybe just like rights issues.
Maybe.
And how litigious.
For so long, I know I haven't changed.
Where'd you say they were from?
Oklahoma.
But all the lies that I said to myself, I wanna get better.
They've been around since 2018.
Oh my god, those drums are going crazy.
I know. Yeah, that's another thing I really liked about this track.
That's almost impossible. Well, first of all, through God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
What did she say? I'm assuming it's.
Go back again.
It doesn't say here.
Well, first of all,
I
through
think she says, "What's impossible?"
that's almost impossible.
Wow, that's almost
Well, first of
impossible.
all, through God, all things are possible, so
Okay.
jot that down.
Is that from Sunny? Always Sunny?
Maybe.
Because it sounds like
does sound like
it sounds
that
like Rob McElhenney. Yeah. I've been listening to a bunch of stuff recently. Well, I was listening to the Gami Gang,
Yeah.
like that album by Origami Angel, and they have a bunch of like
Always Sunny quotes.
no, not always
Or
Sundays,
just-
but just
just quotes.
movie TV quotes. There's a good one from Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
Did you ever watch that show?
No.
You're aware of it though, right?
Yes.
So like the littlest kid, Dewey. There's an episode where they like, I don't know why, they're just like they're going to church. That's like the episode. We're gonna go to church. Like that's the thing. And so Dewey's like the littlest one. He's like in Sunday school, and he just keeps like questioning everything, and like eventually makes like his Sunday school teacher, like I forget if she quits or if she just is like, I don't remember the whole thing, but they have a song on there that's it's just talking about how like I don't know, like missionaries and different things. Like it's just like stop pushing your shit on other people and whatever. And then at the end, it's a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a clip, I guess, from that show.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What kind of God makes people think outside of school or something?" It's just as funny. And but they have a bunch of one there, and then there's that one, and so
So,
so that's been like that's the band that I was listening to, and I was like, oh cool. Oh wait, I was like, oh wait, they have a new EP out. Let me check that out. Can you play?
I'm gonna play Your Face as a effigy.
That's the one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that I have as the single.
right?
Anyways.
So here's what they said. So they're like, we did that original Screamo track as a flex. I believe it's this one. And then it becoming one of our most popular songs gave us the courage to go all out. At the end of the day, we're making music because we like it. Bands like Alex is on Fire and or Alexis on Fire, whatever that band name is called. Don't make your band so confusing. And Under Oath were really formative for me. So being able to put those influences into our music was super gratifying as an artist. The fact that people that dig it is great. We'd be making it even if people thought it sucked. So
Here's the song. Or at least part of it. Because I added this song to my playlist, probably being like, this is the one we're going to bring.
yeah,
And then went back and be like, they don't sound like this.
no. So that's the thing. I don't know. Like, is this their new direction? Like, it sounds like an Under Oath track.
Yeah.
And like this one actually has more like cleaner singing in it.
Yeah.
But most of it is that. And like I like this too, but like to me it's weird that it's the same band.
Yeah. That's drum.
Yeah. Like this sounds like it's if Under Oath made They're Only Chasing Safety in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I like this EP and I like this sound, but it sounds like two different bands to me. But so depending on the mood I'm in, I will listen to one or the other.
Yeah.
I probably won't just put on like the Ben Quad playlist, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
But I really dig them. I like I said, I like both sort of versions of things. Just curious to see where they keep going.
I'll play one note.
Okay. Is it the brown note?
No. But it's
Is it the blue note?
it's where I'm going to be in August.
How much did you pay? We're not allowed to talk about it.
Where am I going?
I know where you're going.
Yeah, I'm going to see My Chemical
How
Romance.
much did you pay to see My Chemical Romance?
200 something?
And are you in the upper deck?
I'm not all the way on top. We are in so it's like there's floor, and then there's like 100s, and then there's 200s, and then there's 300s.
And you're in the 700s.
And I'm in the 700. No, I'm in the 200s.
You're on the roof of
And I guess I'm like in a suite.
the Wells Fargo Center. Is it an indoor show?
It's a stadium. It's the MetLife.
MetLife?
It's in New Jersey, MetLife.
Oh, I thought you said
Stadium.
you're going to Philadelphia.
Sorry, I'm going to New Jersey,
Okay, you're the show at MetLife then.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then we're
They
gonna,
were playing in Philly though.
Yeah.
At
They're playing weekend, like every weekend.
Yeah.
Like that's what's cool about this show. This
Yeah.
tour is like, yeah, we're playing on Saturday. When you playing again? Next Friday? When you playing again? The Friday after that?
Yeah. Nice.
It's like cool. Just play on weekends
Yeah.
for us old heads who don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so I'll be going over Friday. We got a
Who's
hotel.
with them?
Every show is a different band.
Okay.
So like in Philly, it's with Devo, which I don't care about.
Yeah.
And so in New Jersey, it's Death Cab for Cutie and Thursday.
Oh, nice. That's the one that I saw first.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's a
Is
better.
Death Cab a Jersey band?
No, they're from.
Okay.
I think they're
It's
from
Thursday.
West
I'm
Coast.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Oh no, you're right. Death Cab's from like Portland or whatever,
Yeah.
Seattle area.
something.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like regional.
No.
I don't think Devo's from Philly either,
Yeah.
but like
Let me look at this because I was like, we should go to this because I have a group
it's
of
just
friends
so
that.
much. I just don't think I can.
The reason that I'm going is because, well, from my understanding, they're playing the Black Parade.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm all about that right
Yeah.
now. It's like I want to see bands play
The album.
an album.
Yeah. I'd rather see them play Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
Black Parade's good too.
Where are we? So many screenshots. All right, so in New Jersey, Death Cab and Thursday. Sorry, my bad. They're not playing with Devo. They're playing with Alice Cooper in Philly.
Oh, ooh.
In Toronto, they're playing with the Pixies.
Okay.
In Chicago, they're playing with Devo.
Okay.
In Boston, they're playing with Idols. And then in Tampa, they're playing with Evanescence.
Gotcha.
And I would, if I went to see them a second time, I'd want to go to the Toronto show.
Yeah.
And all of these happened like before school. Well, not all of them, like the first 4.
Yeah.
Basically, Chicago is the one that like once we're in school.
Yeah.
Like it's a Friday, and I'm like, it's like the first Friday of school, or it's
Right.
the Friday before school.
Yeah.
And this is like, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the August 9th, it's a long time before school starts
Uh-huh.
with Death Cab and Thursday.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a good show for me
Yeah.
because I haven't seen Death Cab, but like, great. I've seen Thursday.
Saw Thursday like 2 years ago.
I saw
for, like,
Thursday
$20. Might have been more than that.
20-ish years ago. And I've said this a bunch of times with Thrice and Coheed.
Mhm.
And Coheed opened.
Right.
And we got on stage. And Jeff, is that the lead singer?
Jeff Rickley, yeah.
Yeah, he came, like he was walking off stage and I don't know who he thought I was, but like he hugged me.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, who are you? What yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because I just saw them do what's that album?
I don't know.
It was them and Cursive, and they were both doing
Yeah.
a 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Although it ended up being like 21 years because they did it in 2022, and it should have been 21. But
Yeah.
you know,
Thrice and Manchester Orchestra are doing that right now.
yeah.
And they're also releasing like podcasts.
Oh, okay.
And the episodes are interesting. First off, the Manchester Orchestra guys are more talkative
Uh-huh.
than the Thrice guys.
Yeah,
The Thrice guys are just like, yeah. So like, yeah, they're, yeah.
That's
It's like,
funny.
okay, cool, awesome. because it's a thrice podcast that I'm listening to, but it sounds like they're the guest.
Yeah.
And the Manchester Orchestra guys are the hosts.
That's funny.
So like the first episode was it was the drummers. So the drummers were talking to each other. And they've toured together before, so like they're friends. And apparently Dustin Kensrue came up with the name for A Black Mile to the Surface, that record from Manchester Orchestra. Anyways, so it was the drummers and they were talking together. And then the second episode was the lead singers talking to each other. And then this past episode was the bass players and the second guitar players, and they were talking to each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is really interesting way to promote your tour and also give like some interesting content to people. I'm like, that's a really good idea to like, as you're building up towards the show, like,
Right.
let's just have conversations with each other.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, because they're playing Beggars and then the other ones are playing Cope.
Yeah.
Which I haven't heard Cope, but I need to listen to it because apparently it's good.
I just listened to an interview with
Mike Mayer.
Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah. Dude, he's really good.
Yeah. He was just on WTF.
Uh-huh.
No, not just. He was on over the summer, but I just listened to it. But he was talking about that his band, is it Mammoth?
Yeah.
They like flew out to Germany or whatever to play a show with Metallica.
Yeah.
On like a Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and then they flew home. And Maron's like, "Wait, just the one?" And he goes, "Yeah, they do this. They'll play like 2 nights in the same town, but a different opener each time."
Yep.
And so he's like, "Yeah." So Metallica called, and we flew out to Germany on like a Tuesday to play one show, and then flew home because that's what you do. So it just reminded me of that because
they were playing with
these guys are doing like different openers.
Yeah, Mammoth was they played with Foo Fighters, and my friend Josh, who plays bass for us sometimes, he was running merch for them.
Nice.
So he was there.
Yeah, I guess at the Taylor Hawkins tribute, they were playing, and he played some of his dad's like actual solos and things.
Yeah.
I get he leads a pretty hard life because everybody just has been giving him shit since day one of like because he was in the band when he was like 15 or whatever, and people were like, "Well, you're not the other bass player, blah, blah, blah. You're your dad's kid," and blah, blah. He's like, "No, I'm a good musician. My dad hired me."
He's really good.
Like
he's really good.
Yeah, and then people are like, "Well, you know Eddie Van Halen." He's like, "Yeah, I know. No one is. People have tried, for a long time, but like." That he was him, so you go listen to those records. Like that's fine, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's something that he had to deal with. But guess what?
Well, like he's still dealing with. Like,
yes,
yeah.
But like, the band's called Van Halen.
Right.
It's not Van Halen because it's Eddie Van Halen. It's Van Halen because there's 2 Van Halens in the band.
Right.
And then they just got a third. Okay, cool. The drummer.
Was the drummer his uncle?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember what the other connection was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like. Who's the bass player of Van Halen?
Well, I think he was like known, but not.
You gotta really like to really love a band.
Yeah,
you have to know what the bass player's name is.
Yeah,
like because most people are like name the bass player. Yeah, and you're just like
Like I can picture him from like a music video or whatever.
Yeah.
But like again, yeah. So,
anyways,
all right,
that's our 2 tunes. And our show news that will re-inform you in a year about how the My Chem show was.
Nice.
All right.
Wait.
Bye.
Bye.